We're at an informational war. We're in a spiritual war. We're in a biological war, whether people see it or not. I also see that there's a female energy coming through.
You can also look out for signs from the animals. This will be coming up more. The Stork card in the Lenormand deck, it has to do with inevitable change.
Reminds me, especially with the Queen of Pentacles, to stay grounded during all of this too.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our channel called the Three of Pentacles. We are the Three of Pentacles. We're 3 tarot card readers. And I would like to just immediately introduce my 2 beautiful woo sisters, Lynn and Kyla.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
And we'd like to do a lot of reading on world
And
events.
we'd like to introduce our beautiful Barbara.
Who's that? And my name is Barbara. Thank you, Lynn, for that. Thank you. We like to read on world events and things that, we have questions about, and maybe that you have questions about as well. We also do personal readings and energy healing. So if you need us and our services, please do not hesitate to look at our information in the description. And this is for entertainment purposes only, but not always and not everything that we talk about. All right. So, and with that said, we'd like to thank everybody for liking our videos and sharing and subscribing. We need some more people commenting and some more likes, and so we can get to 100. And how many? We need to get to 200 subscribers. We need to do that in the next 2 weeks. So if you all can help us do that, that would be really, really good. And in this video, we're going to be reading the energy for the next 2 weeks, what we can expect, what we could be looking out for, and how we can navigate the next 14 days, let's say. What energy is around us?
Or how to navigate whatever the universe wants to tell us. I'll let you ladies go since I pulled the cards.
What does the universe want to tell us? Thank you, Lynn, for pulling these cards. All right. I mean, I guess I'll go ahead and start. I know Kyla's voice, she's working on her voice a little bit tonight.
Yes.
She's getting ready for her lyric operatic concert, symphonic concert. She has to prepare
I
for
had a
it.
little cold this week, so excuse me if my voice sounds a little bit weird.
No, your voice sounds beautiful. And so I'll just start really quickly because I'm pretty quick when it gets to these cards. I just like zap here, zap there, zap there. But Kyla is more, she's more 360 degrees when she explains the card. So I love
That's why
when
we
she does it.
complement each other so well, because we all have our different takes on things.
We have our different takes on things. Well said. That's right. So we have, what do we have? We have a soldier. We have the number 16 cards. We have the birds in progress. That's what I call it. We have fireworks in the dice. So I would say in the next 2 weeks, looking at this soldier card, this makes me feel that we are at war, and we are at war. We're at an informational war. We're in a spiritual war. We're in a biological war, whether people see it or not. Some people do see it and some people don't. We're living in different dimensions, 3D, 3-dimensional, 5-dimensionals. So some people may see it, some people may not. And with the death card under the soldier, yes, there are multiples of victims that have been they're the victim of these types of wars that we're going through. So that's what I see. So we're pulling for the next 2 weeks. So will we be seeing that more in the next 2 weeks? Will we be seeing more multiples of victims? Will we be seeing more war type? Will we feel more war type energy in the next 2 weeks? Let's keep an eye out for that. I also see that there's a female energy coming through. I call her a boss female because she is on above the card with the 3 of Cups. Now, many times when we pull the 3 of Cups in any deck, it reminds us of when it's political, when it comes through, and with these types of cards, reminds us of party substance, a party drink that they have in Hollywood and maybe other places. So that reminds me of a boss female that will be hearing about, that has something to do with that type of substance, let's say. So let's keep our eyes out for a female that has something to do with little people or with that type of drink that they like to use. And that's pretty serious, but that's what I'm getting from the cards. Then I see the number 16 card. And the number 16 card, that came up for us in other readings, in
It
other
has
2 week
come up a
readings.
couple times, yeah.
Yeah. And initially it looks a little intimidating or strange, but it by seeing that beautiful lady walking down the beach and she seems really calm. She doesn't seem uneased. So it almost makes me feel like with these kind of floating objects and this beautiful rainbow coming out of it, it makes me feel that it's giving help to us on earth, a manifestation from good off-worlders, let's say. So it may be us in the future, or maybe some people that aren't living on this plane that we're living in, because look how they're floating in the air. We don't really do that. So I'm thinking that it could be people or entities or something or some outlet like that that's trying to help us. And underneath that card is the manifester. Is that the Queen of Pentacles underneath?
Queen of Coins, yep. Queen of Pentacles,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, so it gives me that Queen of Pentacles master manifesting type of energy. So we're getting help. Maybe we'll see in the next 2 weeks that we'll be getting help from some type of odd energy or some odd entity or from some odd place. So let's keep an eye out for that. I'm not going to say that we're going to see spaceships or anything like that. We may, but let's keep our eyes out for that. Now, looking at those 2 birds, they remind me of progress. There's one that has the branch in his mouth, the other one is working, and you have that bright sunlight coming through. And with the card underneath it, which is the 2 of Pentacles, he's kind of like a little balancing, trying to get his stuff together. So it's almost like in the next 2 weeks, we'll probably see progress, rebuilding, people trying to get their lives back together and stay balanced with all of this war and everything that's going on. And I think we can say the word war on YouTube now. We couldn't say it a couple of years ago. Now I think we can, but we'll see with this video. So, and the next 2 cards at the end, it's like, as soon as I saw that card, I didn't even read it yet, but I said, wow, that looks like energy with that pyramid and these colors. It almost looks like orgone. And so we may be finding out about free energy in the news in the next 2 weeks. So that's what I'm getting. And I see the dice down beneath, and there's a dice that has the key and the word down and what looks like a firework. Looks like a fireworks.
Yep, looks
So
like it.
so the key, we all have the key to manifest and make things happen. You see what the guy's doing? He's kind of juggling, keeping his balance. And the guy underneath the energy card, he's dreaming. He's thinking about what he can bring into fruition. And even if the 3 of Cups is under the main thumb, the number 2 with the woman, that's also a celebration card. So we can also have the power to celebrate even if we are going through some crazy trouble. And also with the death card, the death card doesn't necessarily mean death, but it also means a slow transformation. So we all have the power to bring down that energy from that entity and that card up there that's floating in the air. Let's bring down that energy and make it happen. I think I babbled on enough to in this video. I'm going to turn it over to either Lynn or Kyla.
You want to go, Kyla? Go ahead.
I think Barbara covered it beautifully, and so I just have a few things to add. And I think with the soldier card, if you look at the words below, it translates to military as well. And some of those words literally translate to military. So I'm hoping this is the good military in the background transforming things. And it's interesting that his gun is sort of pointed to this lady. It's actually directly pointed at this main female. And Lynn pulled these cards on Sunday, and with the news about James O'Keefe had come out recently. So in my mind, I immediately thought maybe there's some news coming out about some female who's in the public. Hopefully we, the public, get to know about some sort of justice happening, because, sometimes things happen in the background and we're not aware, or we just see things dragging on. So I'm hoping that we actually start to see justice happening. But with the death card, it reminds us of a slow transformation happening. So, it's like if in this death card, he's wearing a mask, and I'm hoping that it's like revealing what's underneath, and that's what's coming up in the next 2 weeks. I hope so. Now, with this number 16 card, it brought me back to something Cliff High had said. I believe he said something about things falling from the sky and the war that's happening in the background coming out in the open. And this also, drew my attention to the dice, because we have down and we have something looking like fireworks. So I'm not saying that we're actually going to see this and it's going to be coming out directly, but maybe there might be some strange happenings, as Barbara said before. Look
I
out for
think,
some things in the sky.
yeah, I think Kyla, what he was saying was the things that were happening off the Jersey Shore a couple months ago with the so-called what are they the little robot flying around. What are they
Right.
Oh, the
called?
drones?
Drones, thank you. That it was supposed to
Oh.
be like 2 times as much that we might be seeing coming up soon. Yeah, so
Mm.
falling out of the sky. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. And then there was also talk about meteors happening. I don't know when this is supposed to happen. But with this card, I'm also getting some sort of feeling about the astrology, about the ascension, solar storms coming in. And this is added to the free energy card. So we could be having some upgrades happening, feeling the energy, being with us to help us to uplift ourselves, to upgrade. And this can sometimes feel a little bit intense as well for the bodies. And so this is where I saw the Queen of Coins, or the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is someone who manifests, things, physical things, whether it be wealth, finances, health. And I'm seeing little Melvin and Sarah. If you have not been watching Lynn's shorts, please go to our channel and look at her shorts. She's had these visits from these fox. One was Melvin, and now she has a next one called Sarah. And immediately my eyes went there. And I'm seeing the rabbits. I always see the rabbits in my garden. And they both have something to do with being cunning and, being aware, being, intuitive, being looking out at what's happening around you and being cautious as well. So I think we can also look out for signs from the animals. This will be coming up more. The Stork card in the Lenormand deck, it has to do with inevitable change, and the cards around it is supposed to give us an idea as to what type of change we'll be having. And with the Two of Pentacles just below, it's like this person is balancing, he's like doing a balancing act there. And Pentacles has to do with physical things, so maybe you might be balancing things with your health a little bit. It could be also finances, physical things, so keep an eye on those things. Go carefully and see where they go. We might be seeing some changes, some things coming up with that. With the free energy card, I think I already mentioned that already, so hopefully tap into that internal power and that divine energy that's always there for us, that some of us forget. And so it's always there for you. With the Four of Cups, it's usually in the Four of Cups, that the traditional deck. This person is looking at the Three Cups and fails to see the incoming one. But in this deck, he is actually looking up in the air. It's almost like if he's wishing for something, he's waiting for something, he's trying to manifest something. And this could also spell, for us coming in some unexpected events as well. So with the dice, I'm seeing that key with the heart symbol. It could be about opening up that heart space and tapping into the heart, that loving heart space energy. And with down and the firework dice, I already mentioned, I believe. Maybe might be seeing something coming up with things in the sky and things coming down, and so keep an eye out for that. So
Keep
that's
your
what I'm
eyes
seeing
to
with
the
these
skies.
cards. Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
what
well
I'll
said.
add is with the death card and the soldier being underneath each other, right next to each other, I immediately thought of the war between you and R, maybe possibly finally coming to an end as well. So we might be hearing of that. Um, I totally agree that the main female and the Three of Cups is probably related to party substance. But going over to the Two of Coins, I almost got the feeling like they're debating on what comes first, that or maybe even more about the free energy. It may not even be free energy. It just could be more exposing what was under the pyramids, since we just had the latest find underneath the pyramids, and that's going to be energy related too. So they may be, debating because the storks can mean, yes, inevitable change, but they can also be bringing news and whatnot. So that's why with the juggling of the news, which one do we want to go first with? So we could see a little bit of everything, maybe. The 16 card, is also solitude. And I think we need to, everything else is in the air, but she's on the ground. And I think that reminds me, especially with the Queen of Pentacles, to stay grounded during all of this too. Don't go up too high in the headspace. And if when you start to feel stressed of a lot of things, go outside in Mother Nature and keep yourself grounded to help you go through the times. Everything else you girls touched on, I love it. It's going to be interesting to see how the next 2 weeks turn out.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep our eyes open for all of that. That is good. That is good. So let's keep our eyes open for everything that we said. And we
And
will
please
too.
let us know in the comments, how this the next 2 weeks go for you. Let us know what you're expecting and what you see with the cards as well.
Absolutely. And just to close out, would you all want to close out with something? You want to let them know where we can be found, or you want to add something?
Yeah, so we can be found on YouTube, Rumble, we're on Instagram now, and also on Facebook. We have a lovely community over there, so please come across and join us. And remember, we will never contact you first, so please beware of scammers.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you all for watching our 2-week energy poll.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.